All right. Ooh, a little bright, maybe? Okay. Hello, Facebook. This live stream is brought to you by my. Why is it always asking me to tag my dad in my live videos? No, I don't want to tag my dad in my live videos. This live stream is brought to you by my neighbors playing their music loudly outside because it's New York City and that's what people do. So hello, my name is David Maisha, as though you cannot see that from the title there, or my name there. And this is day 2 of 100 Days of Visibility. So as I said, I will be going live every day at some random time of the day. I don't know what time, so you may want to put on notifications if you care to hear what I have to say. This one is on love, ownership, and visibility, and I don't know why I can't see anyone right now, and I don't want to tag my dad in this video, so I wish I could get rid of this thing. Okay, there we go. Love, ownership, and possession. I've talked about this more on Instagram than I have here on Facebook, and I don't have these topics planned. It's just really what literally this came to me as I was plugging my headphones in to my phone today. So I went out today, I had a good day today. Thank you to all of you who have posted under my post about Friday and how I was feeling. I really appreciate that. By the way, I really do appreciate that. So today was better, and I'm sorry if I can't see you. I don't know where my thingies are, where I can't see who's like on. So just know that thank you for being here. Love, ownership, and possession. So I've been thinking and talking about love quite a bit. What love means, what love is, what love means to me, and looking at what love appears to be with other people. And I wrote a post about this. So when I'm talking about love, love is love is love. It doesn't matter whether it's your child, your partner, your family member. Love is the same across the board. And again, I can't see your comments for some reason, or who's popping up. So, hi, I'm sorry, I don't know why it's not showing me who's where and what. But what I find is that what most people think is love is actually possession and ownership. We have this idea that when we love someone, they somehow belong to us. And there's a fear then of losing that person. And so we do things to try and hold on to them tightly. Now, I was having this conversation with my 16-year-old son, and we were talking about love and loving as a parent, and the difference between how I raised them versus how some other children are sometimes raised. So my parenting style was very authoritative, not authoritarian, right? Authoritarian is how a lot of people grew up, right? You do as I say, not as I do. Children are to be seen and not heard. I am the law in this house as the parent, and what I say goes, and there is no discussion about this. You know what, hold on, because this is bothering the mess out of me that I'm just seeing numbers scroll by, but I can't see who's on. Like, it's really annoying, so I'm going to log on to my Facebook page and see what I can see. So a lot of people were raised that way and carry that down the line. Particularly in the African American community, we were raised that way because of fear of our children being killed by massa. And it was better for us to beat or discipline our children than it was for, okay, hey, I can see you guys here, but I can't see you on my phone. It was better for us to beat massa ourselves than it was for massa to beat our kids, right? And so a lot of us grew up in that environment. I did not, thankfully. So my parents were a little lenient, and so I was lenient with my children. All of that to say, the way I raised my children is that they did not belong to me. My children have been gifted to me in order for me to help them uncover who they are and what their purpose is in this life, right? So they are not mine. I birthed them, but they're not mine. Under the law, I'm responsible for them, but they're not mine. The same thing goes for your lover, your spouse, that special person in your life. They are not yours. They are someone whom you have chosen to be with. They're someone you have chosen to share your life with, your time with, but they don't belong to you. Does that make sense? They don't belong to you. And so I find that what a lot of people are saying when they say I love someone is, I love how you make me feel. I love the feeling that you give me. I love the security that you give me. But if that same person who loves you comes to you and says, you know what, I don't, or I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. My life path is taking me in this direction. I must leave here. Can you still say you love the person? Because to love someone is to love them even if they're not going to be with you. To love someone is to not go crazy when you break up and slash tires and burn clothes and, or stalk them, or that's not love. That's trying to get back the special toy that someone took from you. And in this culture, in this society, we have it in our mind that once someone makes us feel good and we get attached and bonded to them, and we call that love, and we don't want to lose that feeling, then we want them to stay with us. Hold on. Yes. Yeah, I'm reading comments on my computer because they're not showing up on my phone. And there and now we have problems because now we need the person to fit what we desire in order for us to stay safe, in order for us not to experience pain. And much of all of this comes back to the avoidance of pain, which is natural as human beings. We don't want to experience pain, but it is an inevitable part of this journey as a human. Loving someone. 1 Corinthians is probably, I'm not a biblical person, but it's probably the most beautiful part of the book. Love is patient, love is kind, love is not boastful, all that good stuff that people like saying or thinking about, but it's difficult to put into action. Do you love your child enough to allow them to grow into the person that they're meant to be, even if you're not in agreement with that? Do you love your partner enough to let them go be where they need to be if you're not the person that they're meant to be with? Or do you struggle to hold people tight to you because you're afraid of the loss? And so if you're treating love like possession, if you're treating love like ownership, then these people are filling something within you that's missing. And the key then is for you to fill it within yourself. When people talk about self-love, it's not simply about, affirmations in the mirror and I love me type of thing. That's a great way to get there. Oh, you actually had this conversation. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Yes, that you want each other happy with or without. Exactly. Self-love is really about loving self. It's really about understanding that you are complete. Oh, that Jerry Maguire line was so sweet. At the end, Renee Zellweger and Tom Cruise with "You complete me." But such trash. And such incredible trash. The idea that someone else completes who you are. Now, I'm not talking about the polarity that exists with masculine and feminine, because there is a completion to be found there, right? That's taking the two elements, that the two, the yin and the yang, and putting it together and becoming the one. So there is something to that piece energetically, yes. But even if you don't have that portion, you're whole unto yourself. You're complete. All your molecules and atoms and all of that good stuff. And when you feel that completion and you feel that love that you have for yourself, loving someone else becomes an overflow, not a need, not a possession. You know, one of the things that has helped me understand love is actually being polyamorous, has helped me to understand what love is. And there are people who are like, well, I couldn't do that because I can't love more than one person. And I'm always like, yes, you can, because love is love is love. So I've raised 5 children. I love all 5 of my children. They're all uniquely different and special, but I love all 5 of my children. Yet we think that when we're adults, we can only love the one person. But if you have children, you know that you love all of them. It's not different. And I'm not suggesting that everyone be polyamorous. I want everyone to understand what love actually is. Falling in love, tripping into something, is not love. Those are the chemical components that help bond you to someone, which are necessary to some extent, but that's not love. Love is not saying that someone belongs to you. Those are my sons coming in now, so hopefully it won't be too noisy. I'll probably have them. Hi, I'm on live, so can you close my door? Oh. So I just wanted to share that, because I see a lot of people loving people, you know, especially romantic love. But then being upset that this person does not fit the idea that would make them feel best. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I love you, so you should be doing these things for me, is not love. I love you, so you should be giving up these people for me, is not love. I love you, so you should prove to me how much you love me, is not love. That's insecurity. That's, I don't think I'm enough. That's, I feel like I'm lacking, and I need you to be the responsible party and make up for it by showing and sacrificing what you can to show me how much you love me, which will show me how special I am. That's a lot of responsibility to put on another person. And it's actually not their responsibility at all. It is no one's responsibility to make you feel special. It is no one's responsibility to make you feel special. It is no one's responsibility to make you happy. It is no one's responsibility to make you orgasm. No one's. Man or woman. That does not belong to anyone else. That is all you. What you can expect, because people confuse and convolute a lot of different ideas and things together. So love and respect are not the same thing. They're not. So if someone treats me with what I consider to be disrespect, I don't have to be in their space. I can still love them. I can still love them. But I don't have to be with them. I don't have to stay there. I don't have to tolerate treatment that doesn't help me up level. I don't have to tolerate treatment that digs into old wounds that I have. I don't have to tolerate any of that, because I love myself first. And because I love myself so much first, and then it flows into the other person, I can still love them and not be with them at the same time. But the two are not the same thing. Love and respect and these other things. So I just love is advanced humanity. Love is the thing that all the religious texts came to teach that everyone has turned into dogma. Love is not easy. It's not always easy. Can you love the person who was unfaithful to you, man or woman? Can you love them even if they've decided that they don't want to be with you? Can you still love them? Is your love unconditional? People talk about, well, I'm not going to love someone unconditionally. There's a difference between love and conditions. The fact that someone put those two words together makes absolutely no sense. Love is not conditional. Love is love. You don't withhold love from someone because you don't like what they've done. You can take away your presence and still love them. You can, no, you can take away your presence. That's it. But love has no conditions. We have conditions, and I'm not suggesting there's anything wrong with that. But love has no conditions. And we need to understand the difference between actual love, which is the same whether it is your spouse, your parent, or your child. Love is love is love. Versus owning and possessing someone out of fear that if you lose them, someone has just taken something away from you. And so you must hold them tight to you. People do that with their children. People do that with their partners because they're afraid to let them go. Love is trust. Love is trusting that you are not the be-all, end-all. Love is trusting that other people actually know what's best for them. Love is trusting that you will be okay. Love requires trust. Ownership and possession implies there is no trust. And you must control and mitigate the situation so that you avoid feeling pain, which goes back to being selfish. So that's it for this evening. My sons are just returning. I'm going to go say hello to them. This was day 2 of my 100 days of visibility. I've got 98 days left to go. What? Black Tantra Group. Since I'm on here, Black Tantra Group, we have a retreat in New York City, November 15th through 17th. We've already started selling tickets. People are coming from Atlanta. We have secured the house and a location. Newark Airport is the closest airport for those of you who are flying in. We are so excited about this. The details are on our website, blacktantragroup.com. I will put it in the description as well. So if you're in the New York City area, or apparently if you're not, because we have folks coming from Atlanta, we have folks coming from Charlotte, and people in New York City. So I am extra excited. Space is limited, so if you want to come, I suggest you get your ticket. I will post the link in my bio, but I'm extra excited about it. That's it for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you guys on here tomorrow. Take care.